This exercise is asking us to find the measure of angle C. You can see that we're given two side lengths, okay? And if this is angle C, I'm going to label it theta, okay? Now I know that I have to draw a curved arrow, so this 12 must be the adjacent side. So I can just make a little note, adjacent, and then I have the hypotenuse. So which of our three relationships deals with the adjacent and the hypotenuse? I can see that the cosine deals with adjacent and hypotenuse. So let's set up an equation. You can say that cosine of theta, that's my unknown angle, equals 12 over 18. So now, in order to solve this, I can't really divide by cosine. There's not multiplication going on here. So what I have to do is do the inverse cosine of both sides. So I can say, the long way to write it out is the inverse cosine of theta. So when I do the inverse cosine of cosine, I'm just left with theta, and then cosine inverse of 12 over 18. All right, let's execute it on the calculator. Inverse cosine is right here above cosine, so I have to hit second cosine, that's inverse. And then inside the parentheses, I do 12 divided by 18. And there's my angle in degrees. Remember to make sure the calculator's in degree mode. So what I'm left with is theta equals 48.19 degrees. Let's try another one. Find the measure of angle C. So you can see that we've got two side lengths again. So we're going to have to use some inverse trig. I want to know what angle C is. We can put a theta there again. But now I can see that this 4, I draw a straight line to it. That means it's the opposite over the hypotenuse. So I can just make a little note, op over hypotenuse. So I know that sine deals with opposite over hypotenuse. So katoa, right? So let's write an equation. Sine of theta equals 4 over 7.5. So I can do the inverse of both sides. Let's just do it out shorthand. And this is how we find an angle measurement. When I'm doing the inverse trig, I know that I'm plugging in side lengths or a ratio of side lengths to find an angle. So let's go to the calculator. Inverse sine is right above sine. So hit second sine. Get the inverse sine here. Then it's 4 divided by 7.5. So I get theta equals 32.23 degrees.